Hi friends, welcome back to our fourth digraph lesson. Today you're going to find out why I have been leaving this first blank open on our digraph row down here. So let's get started and review our three digraphs we've already talked about, and then I will introduce to you the fourth digraph. So let me grab my cards down here. All right, so last week we learned CH, chin, ch. You try. Awesome. Then we learned SH, ship, shh. Great job. All right, here's the last one. This one had two different sounds, but we always say the sound card by saying TH, thumb, that's the one that your tongue goes up. So you try TH, thumb. Good. If any of you remember, just like the word the or that, the TH sound can also say where your tongue's vibrating a little bit. Or it can say like thumb. Great job. So today, friends, the next digraph I'm going to show you is WH. WH. Now let me go ahead and add it to my digraph row. And I'm going to ask you this question before I tell you. Why do you think I put, and all the other kindergarten teachers are going to put WH at the start of this row before all of these other digraphs? Why do you think I put WH at the start of this row before all the other digraphs? Do you think maybe it's because this digraph comes at the beginning of words? Well, you're right. If that's what you are thinking, you are correct. WH is a digraph that is only found at the beginning of words. So I wouldn't be spelling a word. Let me think. The other day we spelled much. And the CH digraph came at the end of the word much. Much. We are not going to find any times when WH is at the end of a word. It's going to be at the start of a word. So that's kind of interesting. Now, the next thing I wanted to tell you was that WH is a little tricky because it actually makes the same sound as a plain old W. Let me show you the sound card, and then we'll play around with it a little bit, but it makes the same sound as plain old W. What in the world? So friends, here is our WH card, and here's what it will sound like. WH, whistle, w, w. WH, whistle, w. Wait a minute. When we learn W, wind, wah. That's the same sound as WH, whistle, wah. Well, guess what? You're right. It makes the exact same sound. But sometimes words start with a WH instead of a plain old W. Isn't that interesting? I think it's just fancy. Kind of like Fancy Nancy, my class that heard me read Fancy Nancy I read it this morning, heard me read Fancy Nancy, and sometimes there's just fancier words for something. Well, I guess this is a fancier way of spelling some of our words that start with W. All right. I'm going to show you a couple words that we already know that start with WH, and then we'll spell some together. So I want you to think about some of our sight words, some of our popcorn words. And the word what. What are you doing today? What is Mrs. Checksfield teaching us today? The word what actually starts with WH. What. And then if I were to tap it out, it doesn't really sound right. What. What. It starts with what. Well, let's see. I'm going to spell it real quick. What is spelled, and it doesn't sound how it should, but it's spelled WH-A-T. I'm sure that looks familiar. There's our sight word. what. Now, a couple other of our sight words that start with WH are all the other question words. So what, where, when, why, who, all of those start with a WH. I'll spell a couple more just so you can see. The word when, this one's nice because it actually sounds like it should. Well, it starts with a WH again. Let me spell away these two letters real quick. So we have what vowel says e. Good job. What n. There's one. There's another one of our question words that also starts with a WH. So that's something as you get more spelling all your sight words and your popcorn words correctly, you will notice those question words start with a WH, even though they just make the W sound just like W. Little tricky. We'll just keep practicing with it. Okay, so I'm going to put my WH away for just a second. And now let me give you a couple words that actually do start with a WH, even though it just sounds like a plain old W. If we were to spell the word whip, I need to whip this cream so that I can make whipped cream. Let's spell the word whip. Whip. I'm going to give you a clue and a hint. Even though it says wh, just like plain old W, it is the digraph this time. So I'm going to give that to you. What vowel says I? Great job. So we have wh, which consonant says p. Remember, consonants are the yellow cards. They're not the vowels. A P, great job. Okay, so all together, my friends, we have whip. Great job using that digraph WH. Let's go ahead and we're going to try one more that starts with a WH. Maybe I'll leave it here because this time I kind of have to tell you sometimes when it starts with a WH. Otherwise, we might just assume it's just a plain old W. Even Mrs. Chucksfield. Unless I remember how to spell some words, I might just put a plain old W. That's one of those tricky digraphs. Okay, so let's do one more. How about instead of whip, what if I were to say whiz? That kid is a whiz at math. He knows all of his addition and subtraction facts. He's a whiz. That means really, really smart and really, really fast at answering questions correctly. So I already have my W, and I'm telling you it's WH. W, What vowel do we think? And I again. W, Z. Great job, Z. Whiz. W, Z. Whiz. Good job, my friends, with that WH digraph. Like I said, it's an interesting one. I wish there was a rule that I could say, you always use the WH when, but there isn't. So it's just one that we start to see some words like whip and like whiz, and then we just start to remember, oh yeah, that word needs a WH, not just a W. Friends, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you again soon for our very last, I wonder why it's the last box up here. So for our last digraph. See you later. Bye.